part 2 of my phone call to Washington, D.C., Steve Stockman, congressman, talking to George Barros. If strong adult language offends you more than dirty cops and dirty government, please turn this off immediately. Now, this is not to defame the wonderful cops that are out there that protect us day and night and get very little recognition or appreciation. The dirty cops I'm talking about is like Mark Bamia, who murdered poor Anna Beach in Panama City, Florida, Parker, Florida, who's now in the Department of Corrections for the rest of his life. So this is a continuation of the conversation.
Lauren that wouldn't give me her last name hung up on me. Why is it at Tom Marino's office? Why is it that I was hung up on there?
Sir, I can tell you why. Honest to goodness, it's most likely because we just got into the fall season, so these are all most likely college students who came into Washington for a college professional internship. And most of them are probably very new because the summer batch just left, a couple weeks ago. So now they're on the fall batch, and they're brand new at this. They probably never had to work an office job, never had to work phones, and they're probably shy. I mean, I know this because I was there. A year ago, I was there.
They don't give them any kind of training. We need to get rid of the goddamn mommies, and I'm not talking about you. But I'm calling that bitch fucking whore. I'm calling her a mommy's and daddy's goddamn brat. Okay? Most of them basically, you're saying they're college students. They want to get intertwined. They want to network into the congressional thing there. So then they can basically eventually become a congressman or become a senator or somebody like that. Get in those connections. A cop stops them. They flash their congressional card and the cop goes, oh shit, I'm not going to mess with him. Prove me that they're not untrained mommies and daddies brat motherfuckers. No, prove it to me. Why don't we have professional secretaries that are manning the phone? And I call you a professional, okay?
Yeah, unfortunately, the reason why is because answering the phones is sort of like the bottom of the bottom tier work. I mean, that's the entry level work. I'm going to correct you. If you're the congressional ID, that does not make you, that doesn't give you the diplomatic immunity. You're still, you can't just be going around breaking laws and whatnot, just flash your ID. Absolutely. That doesn't happen.
Oh, really? Then that means I can't even imagine the number of people that have been hung up on. I can't even imagine the number of people that honest citizens have been trying to get the names and they couldn't get the first and last name. So they had no proof whatsoever who the hell they called. What the hell are they doing having mommies and daddies brats? And I don't call you that. I respect you, man. I call them goddamn motherfucking mommies and daddies brats, okay? Alright? What the hell are they doing answering phones where they can't even take down notes like you? Explain that one to me.
They're not as good, and also, unfortunately, a lot of the offices, the training says, if they don't live in your district, if they're not your constituent, they're not your responsibility. What they'll tell you to do is they'll refer you to that person's representative or that person's senator, etc. They'll basically, like you said, you're not part of the jurisdiction.
All right, now let me ask you something, okay? So does that mean the stuff that I relate to you, because I'm in Florida and you're in Texas, but you live in Virginia, right? Okay. Does that mean that they're going to go, fuck him? He's not in our district. Fuck him. Fuck him even though he's created the greatest paper that's ever been created since the beginning of time. Is that what that means? Does that mean that I wasted my time on these calls?
No, sir.
Well, you would think that number one, they wouldn't look at the district, because I basically found out jurisdiction means, no disrespect to you, district means fuck you, it ain't my goddamn problem. That's what it means. reading.
Please, sir.
When's the last time you've seen anybody put a paper together like I put together? George. When's the last time?
Yes. Not before, sir.
You never will again. That paper right there, just like with the VA thing, okay? Where the VA thing about the veterans dying in the hospital, they used a law called HIPAA to hide the deaths. Are you familiar with the HIPAA law, HIPPA?
No, you mentioning I've never heard of it before.
That is used by the medical people when they want to hide corruption. That's the reason why the veterans died in the hospital. That's the reason why the veterans had to wait for a long time. That's the reason why they had a secret wait list that nobody knew about. Now, why ain't them motherfuckers going to jail? And I'm hoping that I didn't waste my time. I hope I didn't waste my money on the phone calls and everything like that. Because I'll tell you what, I love my country, and I can tell you right now, that lowlife that did all these different crimes right here, gee whiz, aren't a lot of people that are in Congress right now, aren't they ex-military? Well,
I know some are, I'm not sure how many are. I have to do some research.
Well, did they forget their oath where it says, United States, that they will swear an oath to support and defend against foreign and domestic enemies? Did they forget that?
Seems like a lot of them have.
And then also, I want to go over Kevin Wood, okay? Would you mind just giving me that number back again so that we got it straight?
I mean, if you want back to you, sir?
Could you give me his number again? I want to make sure we got things straight so when you call him, that we get that you're going to get him.
That number, Kevin Elwood? Kevin Elwood, yeah.
Yeah.
850-785-3768.
And who is the attorney that has been concerned about corruption that's going on where Kevin Wood's been wrongfully jailed many times?
Marie Maddox?
Right. How do you spell Marie Maddox? I'm not trying to insult you. Just want to make sure we got the right spelling.
M-A-R-I-E-M-A-T-T-O-X.
M-A-R-I-E-M-A-T-T-O-X. Kevin Wood has been wrongfully jailed many, many times. I have too. I have found that when you know the laws, matter of fact, would you mind writing this down? Jimbikeman homeless on YouTube, you can hear where the cops are trying to accuse me of breaking and entering into people's places. Because I was talking to a homeless person and I said, are you talking about 81002 of the Florida statutes? It shocked the shit out of them because 81002 is called breaking and entering into an occupied dwelling. Or they try to get homeless people on trumped up charges of trespassing. Or they try to get homeless people on open container where they have not done anything, where they allow these bars where I'm at to go get drunks all over the place, and they allow that to go on, but they have no mercy on the homeless people in my area. I have a long record for sticking up with the least, the last, the lost in our society. You ever read the Holy Bible? What does it say in there? It says in there, if you are not sticking up for the least, the last, the lost in our society, don't expect your maker to stick up for you when there's judgment day. And let me tell you something. I am so scared of my maker, God. I feel so unworthy. I feel so unappreciated. Imagine I created the greatest paper that you could wipe your ass on the United States Constitution. Did you notice at the top where I put the oath up, that I put the Holy Bible at the top? Did you notice that? All right. Deuteronomy 19:18 through 19 of the Bible says, and the judges will carefully inquire, and anybody be a false accuser, they'll be severely punished. Exodus 20:16 in the Bible says you will not bear false witness. Those are the two strongest commandments that are in the Bible. You can go to the book of James, and James was Jesus' brother, from what I read, mentioned many times you will not bear false witness. Why? All someone has to do is mention, let's say, like, for instance, you're in the Capitol building, the Longworth building. Am I correct on that?
I'm in the Cannon building.
All right, but there's the Longworth building, too. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, it's the Stockman Street.
That's right. That's right. So, what's to stop you from, hey, if you wanted to, make copies of it and hand deliver it to every one of the congressmen, the senators, the congressmen, whatever the heck it is, representatives, and we can turn this around. There ain't going to be no impeachment, because there ain't no, didn't we agree there ain't no jailing on impeachment? Am I correct on that? Then tell me the reason why. You think you might be able to get a hold of a police manual?
I have to look. I don't know. I have to look around.
All you got to do is contact, you're in Virginia, Fairfax, Virginia, right? Am I correct on that?
Yeah.
I'm a congressional aide. I want, you could say, you could pull over a cop and say, let me see your police manual. In the legal guidelines, if it's in the legal guidelines of a police manual where it says, warning, if you violate anybody's United States constitutional rights, that they can go to jail, $10,000 fine, 10 years in prison. Do we have to go any further? Do we have to go to court on it?
No.
Right. Now, can you imagine every time the cop looked at that and he said, well, I see this here. Well, I guess we got to take it to a judge. Well, let me tell you something. In the state of Florida, okay, there was a piece of shit crybaby boom car punk motherfucker by him, Richard Cantano, fought a loud car stereo charge, and amazingly, the Florida Supreme Court said, well, we're going to reason the facts are that political trucks go up and down the street maybe once or twice a year. So now it's okay for these goddamn gang-banging punks to go up and down the road. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, when they could have turned it around and said there will be no more noise. They put ambulances and fire department people in danger. That is 80610 of the Florida statutes. It's a 5-year prison sentence. They do their drug dealing through 874. It's called criminal gang signaling instrumentalities, okay? The Florida Constitution, Article 2, Section 7 of the Florida Constitution says unnecessary noise will not be tolerated. All public servants in the state of Florida take an oath under 876 of Florida statutes called the Public Servant Oath to protect the citizens. Do you know right now that judge can go to jail for the rest of his life under racketeering, which is 895 of the Florida statutes?
No, I didn't know that.
It is the duty of all cops to arrest these punks. There's a guy named Michael Dunn in Jacksonville, Florida. He asked a boom car punk gangbanging motherfucker to turn on his stereo. They threatened him with a gun. Well, him being a concealed weapons holder reacted. Now he's in a Jacksonville jail, possibly for the rest of his life. I would like to know that we looked into that. In the Jacksonville, okay, Rob Shanova, I think was his name, put charges, I hope I got his name right, you can look it up, put charges on Michael Dunn, who was a software developer out of Satellite Beach, Florida. He was there for just a little while for his son's wedding, went into the Gate gas station in Jacksonville, and he asked this boom car punk